Dystopian events from around the world, Neotropolis Festival. Although last year was the first year for Neotropolis Festival, it has already grown to be the largest cyberpunk festival in the world. Now, Neotropolis Festival is from the same group that brought you Wasteland Weekend, which is why it is so large and successful already, and 2020 was originally supposed to be its first year. Obviously, that year went cyberpunk in a different direction than we were expecting when we got hit with the pandemic, so it did not actually go through that year. It was not until 2021 when they were able to have their inaugural event, as Neotropolis, again, is the same people that host Wasteland Weekend, the world's biggest post-apocalyptic festival, and it does take place in the same location, which is on their plot of land in the California desert. Now, the event is not as well established as the Wasteland event, so there's not as many big tribes or themed encampments yet. It is a fully immersive festival. Everyone must be in costume at all times, and the guidelines are honestly a lot looser than what you would expect at Wasteland. One of the difficulties in creating a cyberpunk festival, especially in a desert location, is creating an urban feel, which is very integral to cyberpunk as a genre. So the way that they accomplish this is by having established mega blocks with 10 by 10 capsules that you can actually rent and build your own space in, but building into their infrastructure. Cyberpunk takes a lot more work as a concept, as a genre, than post-apocalyptica. You need a lot of lights, you need a lot of flash, and that's really difficult to do if you don't have the infrastructure out in the desert. So luckily, the Wasteland crew brings a lot of that out there. It gives the opportunity for people to create modules, and they have built on exterior walls so that from inside the interior, it actually feels like you're in an urban mega block. Of course, other people are still welcome to bring their own encampments. Nightclubs, bodegas, tea houses, there's ramen restaurants, kaiju, hentai clubs, hostess bars, arcades, pretty much everything you would expect from a cyberpunk environment. Now, the event itself is very similar in the types of people who come and perform and participate. It's most of the same community as Wasteland Weekend, although the bands that they get are more in the cyberpunk, vaporwave, synthwave kind of arena. It's got big, heavy anime and sci-fi vibes, and they actually don't make a strict adherence between any particular movie in the same way that they do with Wasteland Weekend. It's a lot more open-ended, while Neotropolis kind of finds its legs. You can do aliens, you can do mutants. They're just starting to release information publicly on their Facebook group right now. Now, Neotropolis actually started as a concept. It's just a pop-up bar where they bought out a location in downtown Los Angeles for a couple months, and they had a Blade Runner-inspired pop-up bar where they did cool molecular gastronomy drinks. So this is still a growing community. Very early on, there's not a lot of custom cars that are getting built just yet, but that is starting to pick up. And actually, some of the post-apocalyptic events in Europe are now creating their own cyberpunk equivalents as well.